Hey yo, it's Arni with JV8 Studios at Break the Bar. Let's break down these bars. Boom, bam.
I heard slow tie going hard on this beat, so I'ma have to go slow and tie up this beat.
So I heard slow tie going hard on this beat, so I'ma have to go slow and tie up this beat. So obviously what that one is saying is just an acknowledgement of the artist who actually made the song that I'm remixing. And obviously what I'm basically saying with the play of his name, I'm saying that I'm taking my time with this one so that I can have this one on road.
Ain't tryna hit shit by no expenses, cause nowadays everything be so expensive.
Ain't tryna hit shit by no expenses, cause nowadays everything be so expensive. So what I mean in this bar is the fact that even with what man is going through, hearing the external stuff that don't really that shouldn't really matter is kind of like adding on to things. So like things like expenses that really be mad expensive is kind of self-explanatory what I'm saying. But just the fact that is there adds on to some stress and whatnot.
Seeing things in this terrible life really makes me kill off my feelings inside.
Seeing things in this terrible life really makes me kill off my feelings inside. So with that one, it's just kind of what I'm basically saying. It's just like, whatever, with all the bad things that is going on, with all the bad things that you see going on, it just kind of adds on to the point where you're like desensitized to it. So it somewhat feels like that you ain't got no feelings, and that's what I'm basically explaining here.
They asked me, do you even hurt and cry? Can't lie, the part of me already died.
They asked me, do you even hurt and cry? Can't lie, the part of me already died. So with that one, I'll be so real, that's probably like, for me, the most heartfelt part of the song, because it just kind of bluntly tells you that, like, with all the things that I'm desensitized to and whatnot, it's like, sometimes you get the question of, oh, bro, like, do you even have emotions? Do you cry? This and that, blah, blah. And I'm just like, nah. And it's somewhat normal. And it's just like, yeah, that's kind of like what I'm trying to explain over here.
It is often assumed that you have to cry to be in a mess. Take a closer look at those who smile every day. Would you say they depressed?
It is often assumed that you have to cry to be in a mess. Take a closer look at those who smile every day. Would you say they depressed? So with them ones, I'm just saying, like, a lot of us, we wear masks behind our emotions with whatever we're truly feeling at the time. So that's just kind of like what I'm playing around with, the idea of people, like, they could seem to be the brightest, they can seem to be the happiest, but you never know what they truly go through, despite all things.
I've been waiting patiently to get to the top, never had the choice or option to make the grind stop.
I've been waiting patiently to get to the top, never had the choice or option to make the grind stop. So with that one, I'm just basically saying that I am just waiting for, like, all the manifestation of what I'm working on, you know? Just having the patience and the courage to keep going forward and whatnot, trying to get to the top of my goal, you know?
Vulnerability been my enemy, left me in a brutal state, feels like a death penalty.
Vulnerability been my enemy, left me in a brutal state, feels like a death penalty. So I'm just playing around with, like, the emotion of vulnerability and how it can make one be at risk of being taken advantage of, being betrayed, being lied to, so on and so forth, you know what I mean? Because often we are reminded to be vulnerable, we are reminded to, like, sometimes let go of our emotions and whatnot. But there's advantageous people out there that can really prey on that. So yeah, that's kind of like what I'm saying here.
Honestly, can you feel me? Music is my remedy.
Honestly, can you feel me? Music is my remedy. So it's just kind of like a little moment where I'm acknowledging you as an audience, and I'm talking to you, and I'm like, hey, yo, listen, like, can you tell, like, this is what keeps me sane, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like almost like a true conversation moment that just happens for a split second, but I feel like the intention behind having that small moment is for you to acknowledge that I'm actually talking to you.
Damn, ZX, it's a banger. I've been having conversations with my maker, I'ma tell you like this.
I've been having conversations with my maker, so I'ma tell you like this. It's just basically me saying that, you know, it just acknowledges like my faith in God, you know, like I talk to him whenever I have my concerns, whenever I'm feeling grateful. It's just like an acknowledgement of that part of me.
How they told me they love me, my heart say shut up, man. Man never could believe you forever.
Honestly, they told me they love me, so I say shut up, man. Man could never believe you. I think that was, so the idea behind that one, it was almost like me wanting to have a real moment, being blunt with the way I'm feeling, you know what I mean? So me cutting out the song and cutting out the melody and the flow and whatnot and just straight up saying, shut up, man, it makes it more heartfelt. So like the intention behind that is just to really give you a depth of how I'm feeling, you know what I mean?
Being so damn elusive, cause everybody seems to have the blood of Judas.
Being so damn elusive, because everybody seems to have the blood of Judas. So the idea behind that one is just saying that I'll just be keeping myself low-key, because like nowadays everybody is just like liars, betrayers and all of that. And, you know, these are qualities that are shared with the well-known Judas who famously like betrayed Jesus. And that's just kind of like the connection that I'm trying to draw with the people that you sometimes would have had around you in the past or in the present time, you know.
The fish out here got me moving cautious.
The streets out here got me feeling cautious, so like is a reference to like the streets being like, it can be a dangerous place. So it has people on edge, you know.
In this cold world got me feeling nauseous.
In this cold world got me feeling nauseous. Yeah, just like the idea of the world being such a dark, cold place. It just, sometimes it can like cause up some emotions, like make you feel physically sick, you know.
My own peace of mind brings me solace.
My own peace of mind brings me solace. So with that idea, I'm just basically saying that when I'm by myself in my own thoughts, in my own, you know, dream, thinking about my goals and whatnot, sometimes those be the things that bring me peace of mind. Because nowadays a lot of people don't do that, but you only got yourself nowadays, you know.
I spy with my little eyes some jokes disguised as empty threats.
I spy with my little eye some jokes disguised as empty threats. So obviously I'm referencing the rhyme, I think it is, of I Spy, you know, that game that you play. And with that one, I'm just basically saying that, you know, that there's people out there that somewhat try to pose a threat to you, but can't quite get it there, you know. And, you know, me saying I Spy, I'm like kind of like sussing it out, that quality of people.
Unrealistic reality, the thing is as real as it can be.
Unrealistic reality, the thing is as real as it can be. I'm just kind of putting both parallels in one sentence by saying, you know, unrealistic and things being realistic. Like, the reality that we live in can sometimes be so wild that it makes you think this can't be real. Yeah, like, have you ever been in a situation where something's happened, you're like, no way, that actually happened? It's just kind of playing around with that idea and concept. But in that same sentence, I'm also giving you that reality by saying, bro, like, it is as real as it can be, because this is our reality. We're living physically in that time. We're present in that, whatever we are going through. And yeah, that's basically the idea behind that. Yo, this is Arni, and we have just brought down the bars to my freestyle, ADHD freestyle, which is also out on YouTube. You can also follow me on the gram, Arnold_Schwarzenegro. Like and subscribe to JV8 Studios as well, man. Big them up 10 times. Let's go.
Check it. I heard slow tie going hard on this beat, so I'ma have to go slow and tie up this beat. Let me just get my head around before I speak. I know you gon' feel this, so bear with me. Ain't tryna hit shit by no expenses, cause nowadays everything be so expensive. Drunk with rage, my ounce so sipping on this shit. Life been hitting you, just take it on a jet. Seeing things in this terrible life really makes me kill off my feelings inside. They ask me, do you even hurt and cry? Can't lie, the part of me already died. Abusing the feelings of happiness.